Are you looking for the best things to do in Santa Cruz, from entertainment to dining to outdoor adventures? Whether you are a local or you are visiting Santa Cruz as a tourist, one of my favorite times of year is the summer in Santa Cruz because there's so much to do. The weather's nice. It stays light later and it gets light earlier, so you can maximize the beautiful days lit by sun. If you are interested in having fun in Santa Cruz, this is the video for you. Let's dive in. So obviously one of the main attractions in Santa Cruz and one of my highlighted childhood memories is visiting the beach boardwalk. The Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk is one of the oldest amusement parks in California, and it has fun activities such as roller coasters. One of the oldest wood roller coaster, the Giant Dipper. If you haven't been on it, go on it. It's so much fun. The log ride for summer rides because you get a little bit wet. There's so much to do outside. There's an arcade inside. There's, of course, boardwalk food and games and rides and so much to do, and it's right on the beach, so you have a gorgeous view of the Pacific Ocean. And if you get bored at the boardwalk, you can go dip in the ocean or go play at the beach. The Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk has been family owned and operated since 1907. It's the oldest amusement park in California and one of the last seaside amusement parks on the west coast of the United States. The boardwalk remains a favorite destination for Northern California families. The Giant Dipper roller coaster and Loof carousel are both National Historic Landmarks, and the entire boardwalk property is a California Historic Landmark. The boardwalk's roots go back to 1865 when John Liebrandt opened a public bathhouse near the San Lorenzo River. Other bathhouses followed, and scores of tourists began visiting Santa Cruz to enjoy the highly touted natural medicine of bathing in salt water. Soon more concessions sprang up, including restaurants, curio shops, and photo stands. Toward the end of the century, Fred W. Swanton, considered one of the greatest promoters and entrepreneurs of his time, laid plans for a casino and boardwalk. A Coney Island of the West was what he wanted to develop. Hence, now we have the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, which is an iconic boardwalk, an iconic amusement park right here in Santa Cruz. Also in the summers, the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk hosts things like movie nights on Friday night. So bring your blanket, get some popcorn, invite your friends, and you can go see cult classics right on the beach, which is really fun. They also do live shows, including concerts throughout the summer. I've seen acrobatics, I've seen circuses there. It's a really fun place to go, family friendly, and just a good place to go hang out. And the movies and the shows are free. So that's a really fun thing to do in Santa Cruz. Obviously, one of the main attractions of coming to Santa Cruz and visiting Santa Cruz, or if you live here, is the beaches. The beaches are some of the best. Driving along the coastline, walking along the coastline, biking along the coastline, or actually going to the beaches is a highlight of living in Santa Cruz as well as visiting Santa Cruz. There's iconic surf spots like Steamer's Lane. There is places like Cowell's Beach that is a little bit more friendly with regards to easier waves. You can take surf lessons there. When there's a sandbar, it's easy to stand up at Cowell's. Some of my personal favorite beaches are Natural Bridges. It is a bit more windy there, but if you like to fly kites, it is perfect. But that's a really fun beach. It's nicely protected. It's at the end of West Cliff. I also love Beer Can Beach, which is in La Selva, and that has the longest stretch of uninterrupted beach in the Santa Cruz area. So you can walk for actually miles and miles and miles, which is really fun, and it's beautiful. And that beach tends to be less crowded than, say, Main Beach, which is the beach that's right by the boardwalk, because that's where a lot of the tourists come. I also really like Sunny Cove Beach. That's a beautiful beach to hang out at. It's a bit more tucked away and private. That's in Midtown. And then Sea Cliff State Park is a really nice beach. There's camping there as well. They're working hopefully on fixing the RV camp spots at the Sea Cliff State Beach, but that's a nice place to go and camp if you're in town visiting for a camping trip. And then Rio Del Mar Beach is also a really nice place to go. And when the waves are just right, you can actually surf over there too. But all these places, of course, Pleasure Point, The Hook, that's a great spot. Capitola is a great spot. There's so many beaches, I don't even know what to do with myself. But those are just a few of my favorites. When you are in the area or if you live locally, Come down, take a look at the beaches, get on your bike, go for a ride, pick one that you like. Mitchell's is a really nice spot. It's quainter, more quiet. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate mail because nobody wants their beach to be too crowded. So don't tell anybody that I told you. These secret beaches, brought to you by Shamika Fox, your Santa Cruz real estate expert. And if you are getting value out of this, hit that like and subscribe button because we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you like outdoor adventure and you don't want to go to the beach, I know that I just went over all my favorite beaches, but I actually, truthfully, I hate sand. I like to go to the beach and not have sand. If there was a perfect beach, it would have no sand on it. Or at least the sand would stay on the beach when I left the beach. But if you want an outdoor adventure and you don't want to go to the beach, we have some of the most magnificent hiking trails and redwood forests that there are. If you want to take a ride on a steam train, you can go to Roaring Camp, and Roaring Camp Steam Train will take you on a steam train ride through the redwoods. It comes into Santa Cruz, into town. It's a very touristy thing to do. In the winter months during the holidays, sometimes they'll do a holiday train with lights and Santa will come and visit. It's a really fun thing. The kids love it. Bring your hot cocoa, hang out. But during the summer, you can also do the steam train up through the redwood forest, and it's just stunning. It's really beautiful. Great places to hike are Henry Cowell is one of my favorite places to hike. Pogo Nip is one of my favorite places to hike. Wilder State Park is one of my favorite places to hike. Nisene Mark State Park is one of my favorite places to hike. And if you are a mountain bike rider, you have to make sure that you stay on the appropriate trails that are designated for bikes, because there are trails that are not designated for bikes. But if you follow the rules and you want to go for an incredible mountain bike ride, some of my favorite mountain bike trails are the Emma McCrary Trail, which I've done a lot of times with my dad. I miss riding that trail actually with my dad. We've had a lot of fun up there. And for beginners, if you want to do a double track with little to no inclines, the first 4.5 miles of the Aptos Creek Fire Road in Nisene Mark State Park is easy, flat option for inexperienced riders. That's a great spot. I've done that trail with my mom and my dad. My dad likes a bit more technical riding. My mom likes a bit easier riding. So that's a really good spot to bring family. Young kids can go on their bikes up there. It's a nice spot to go and ride. Very mellow. Another easy trail is the Old Cove Landing Trail along the coast of Wilder State Park, and that is on the ocean. So it's a loop that you go around and you're on the ocean bluffs. The views are incredible. It's super beautiful. Again, really mild ride. You're not trekking up a mountain, and it's just flat and simple. If you want to go on a trail that's for a bit more experienced riders, check out Demonstration Forest Flow Trail. If you're looking for a longer trek that's a bit more technical, check out the Baldwin Loop and the enticingly named Enchanted Loop. So those are a bit more technical than the original trails that I mentioned that are for beginners, or a bit more for beginners. But if you go up these trails, you'll end up with some of the most incredible views. You're in the redwood forest. Sometimes you cross creeks, which I think is fun. You go up hills, you go down hills, you go over routes. There are technicalities. So if you're not an experienced rider, make sure you know which trails you're taking. There is a really great trail also that if you only want to do the downhill, park your car at Wilder and you start up off Empire Grade. And this is the first ride that we ever took our daughter Elia on, because it was just downhill, switchback the whole way. Elia and Sadie actually, and it was really fun. If you are looking for some shopping and dining experiences, we have a lot to choose from. Downtown Santa Cruz is filled with local shops, cafes, restaurants. Some of my favorite places to go downtown are Burdell's for shopping for surf stuff, like Pacific Wave for shopping for the Santa Cruz surf vibe culture, clothes, flip-flop, stuff like that. I love shopping at Stephen's Fine Jewelry or Del Williams for more luxury, fancy purchases. For food downtown, Oswald's is one of my favorite restaurants. My husband Danny helped build it. It's just really beautiful. It's very accessible. So Oswald's is a great place to check out. Abbott Square is really fun because there's multiple places within it that you can choose with regards to drinking, coffee, and dining. So if you go with a group of people, then you can all have what you want, and then you can get together outside and have a nice meal together. And then also they have music sometimes, so it's kind of a fun place to gather with friends and have a bit of entertainment outside of the house, and then you don't have to cook or clean, but you get to have the experience. I also really like Bad Animal, which is inside a bookstore. So that's super fun. You can go to the wine bar, you can have a glass of wine, you can check out the books, and then they have the most incredible Thai food. So highly recommend Bad Animal. You have indoor or outdoor seating. The dining area is not huge though, so if you do want to go there, make sure you have a reservation because they do book up because they are so popular. Another place that I love to eat at is Mobo's Sushi, just casual sushi. I like to sit at the sushi bar and watch the chefs prepare the food. And then a newer restaurant, which is downtown, is Hook and Line, and it's mostly seafood, but they do have a plethora of other options as well. If you're looking for an outdoor adventure that is a little bit more tailored to having an instructor or somebody show you what to do, or paying to go have an experience, I would highly recommend Mount Hermon Adventures, where they have a beautiful ropes course. That's a really fun activity to do. Also, Loch Lomond up in the Lompico area has a gorgeous lake that you can rent a boat, you can fish, you can boat, you can hike. That's a really beautiful spot, and it's actually not very busy or crowded up there. Again, I'm going to get a lot of hate mail because people don't like unbusy places to get busy. So excuse me for sharing the secret. If you are getting value out of this video, hit that like and subscribe button to get me to 1,000 subscribers, and I'll keep telling you all these fun secrets so that when you come to Santa Cruz, you'll enjoy it too. For boating, the Chardonnay is a very elevated, luxurious experience. It's a sailboat. They serve wine, appetizers. You're out in the Pacific Ocean. It's really, really nice. If you don't like to boat, but you want to watch on Wednesday nights, they have the sailboat races, and that's always really fun to watch. I personally have a love-hate relationship with boats. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it makes me want to throw up. So sometimes I prefer watching from the shore, but there are things like the Chardonnay or the O'Neill, which is a catamaran boat, and you can have a boating experience that somebody takes you on, and you get to see all the sea life and have a really fun time out at sea without any of the responsibility of owning a boat and having to do all that stuff that you have to do when you own a boat. I'd have to ask my friend Kyle. I don't know own a boat. If you want to get some culture and visit some cultural and or historic landmarks in Santa Cruz, I would highly recommend checking out the Surf Museum, which is on the west side off of Westcliff or on Westcliff, right by Steamer's Lane. If you go and grab a cup of coffee or a snack at Steamer Lane Supply, which is a sweet little cafe right on Westcliff, grab a bite to eat, go check out the Surf Museum, and then you can watch the professional surfers at the iconic Steamer's Lane actually catch waves and do cool tricks and feel like you are a part of the surfing Santa Cruz culture from afar. Be careful if you are not an advanced surfer. That is a really technical wave, and I would not recommend getting in the ocean if you don't know what you're doing. It can be very dangerous. The Museum of Art History always has beautiful shows, and they put on events to bring cultural awareness to our area. Highly recommend checking out the Museum of Art History, which is downtown right by Abbott Square. So maybe you go have a drink at Abbott Square and then you go to the museum, or vice versa. Fun little spot. Another place that's really fun, especially for kids, is the Seymour Marine Discovery Center. They have interactive displays. You can put your hands in things, you can touch things, you can see real live sea life, you can see sea animals, sea urchins, you can check out a little bit of the science behind the ocean. That's a really cool spot to go check out. And then they have a really nice trail that's right along the Pacific Ocean. So if you want to go for a little stroll afterwards, that's a really great place to go. They do put on events. So if you're looking for a good spot for a wedding or a party, that would be a beautiful and epic place to get married, in my own personal opinion. I'm already married, so I won't be getting married there. I got married on the La Selva Beach Bluffs. Also a beautiful spot to get married. The iconic mystery spot. If you've never gone, you should go. It is a very interesting and weird place where your equilibrium will be tested. I can't tell you because then you won't go. That I'm going to save for another video. Or not, just go check out the mystery spot because it's actually really interesting and cool. There's like a magnetic force that makes everything just a little wonky. If your equilibrium is sensitive though, just be prepared because it did make me a little dizzy and a little nauseated, but it's still really fun. Another beautiful place to go walk around or meander is the Arboretum and Botanic Garden up at UCSC. It's free to enter. They do have an incredible gift shop, but they have abundance of plants from around the world, and they're all tagged so you can get to know what different plants you are seeing. If you live locally too, I've seen that some people are able to purchase plants from there, and you know that this climate will support the health of those plants because they're already growing here in Santa Cruz. So that's a really fun place. We take my grandma there sometimes, and she likes exploring and walking around there. It's pretty user friendly. It's flat. It's just lots of gardens that you can walk through. If you are redoing your garden here in Santa Cruz, it's also a really great resource. Everybody up there is very knowledgeable, so you can go check out what they have planted and then talk to them about your garden plans, and I'm sure anybody that works there would be happy to discuss it with you. So that's a really cool resource if you're planning on doing a lot of planting or redoing your garden or landscaping. I know I talked about downtown and things to do, but I'm going to end on this note because I'm a foodie. I like food a lot. I like eating it. I like preparing it. I like gathering around it. So here are my top, for you food fans, my top favorite places to go for dining in Santa Cruz are Oswald's downtown, I already mentioned. Bantam on the west side, which is kind of a California Italian influenced cuisine, farm to table restaurant with the most delicious ingredients, and I've never had a bad meal there. We love Home, which is over in SoCal. It's quaint, it's charming, it's beautiful. We also love Mentone, which is David Kinch's Santa Cruz restaurant. If you're not familiar with David Kinch, he owned a Michelin star restaurant, Manresa, in Los Gatos, which he recently closed down to do some new projects, which are amazing. You should check that out separately. But he now opened Mentone, which is an Italian-inspired restaurant right in the Aptos Village. My favorite places to drink coffee are Verve, Cat and Cloud, 11th Hour. I just love coffee, so anywhere you can serve me coffee, I will be super happy. And then if you want a sweet treat of a dessert, the Penny Creamery, which now they have a location in Scotts Valley, they have a location downtown, and they have a location in Aptos. You cannot go wrong with ordering Penny Creamery ice cream or Donnelly's chocolate. Donnelly's chocolates offers a variety of options ranging from bite-sized chocolates to award-winning ice cream bars. If you've never had their ice cream bar, they're insane. There's one with like marshmallow and caramel. Say no more. Each batch is made fresh, averaging around 150 pounds of chocolate and 80 pounds of caramel made per day. And they are very friendly and they are very nice there. So highly, highly recommend if you want a sweet treat, go check out Donnelly's. That's on Mission Street on the west side of Santa Cruz. So whether you are a local in Santa Cruz looking for something fun to do, or you are coming to explore Santa Cruz for a summer vacation, or maybe you just want to check it out because you might want to move here, watch this whole video for fun things to do in Santa Cruz. If you have any questions about Santa Cruz or the real estate market, please feel free to reach out to me. I am Shamika Fox, your Santa Cruz real estate expert. And if you would like a referral for a realtor in your area, fill out the form in the pinned comments below, and I will connect you with a fabulous realtor in your area. And my last request, if you haven't already and you've gotten value out of this video or any of the other videos that you watched on my channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and we are so close. We are almost there. And we want to get there by the end of the year, and it's June, so we can do it. Thank you for tuning in, and see you on the next one.